It's because of these men that we can read English, we can speak English, we have freedom to protest. They've given their time and a lot of their lives, and we thank them very much for what they have done for our country. Thank you, gentlemen. Will Wise wants to come and say hello, and he has his lovely wife Kay with him. Hello, Kay.
Good morning, everyone. Fine-looking bunch of people. Welcome to Arcadia, and I hope every one of you get the opportunity to go out to the 83rd Arcadia All-Florida Championship Rodeo and enjoy some good barbecue and some good hometown friendliness. And it'll be a great time for all. I'm sure they'll put on a wonderful show today. Thank you all for being here. God bless you.
Will actually barbecued yesterday. That's why he's saying it's good. Next we have Ronald Meads. He's the parade director and a county commissioner. And he's carrying the American flag. We also have the championship rodeo parade, and I'm sorry, Frost. John Cook. Cook. Hello, gentlemen. Oh, we're riding double. That's good. Hello, buddy. That was Buddy Mansfield, rodeo director also, and county commissioner. Here's our DeSoto color guy. Number 39, Trinity United Methodist Church. Arcadia Range yet.
From the beginning. Ready? Move over. You ready? Smile. You ready? No. 1, 2, go.
The Shriners is just awesome. They help so many children. These men are very dedicated to that. They will help any child in need. Thank you for being here. You make the parade. This is the Shriners Motorcycle Group. You guys are nuts. Of course, here we come. Here they come. The good, bad, the ugly. Ah, this has got to be the ugly. I got your number. John. Okay. This is the All Florida Saddle Club. Quadrille. Wow, there we go. I don't know. The quadrille is pretty awesome, pretty scary, and they are really good riders. DeSoto County Junior Miss Metcalf, and runner-up, Miss Bach. In case you haven't noticed, we have a lot of beauty contests here in Arcadia. We have everything. As you can see, we all know we love to enjoy ourselves around here. There you go, girls. And we've got a little miniature horse with a rider. Yep, look at him go. Okay, this is still the Florida Cracker.
I think I've been here for about 45 years, really. I'll be on the road sometime, but I want to get back here because this is where the pavement ends and the west begins, right here. They used to have a little old arena somewhere else, and they decided this would be the right place for it. So when they built it here, it was small, and they got larger and larger, and a few years ago they had a bad storm. Took a roof off, good part of it and everything, but they wasn't going to slow down. They really went on. They sold tickets, and today they had a nice parade, a regular cowboy parade uptown. A lot of people. They had Shriners there and ball players, and you name it, they had it, because it's so well known. In Arcadia, I live in Sarasota, but it's a little bit different. It's still a little cowtown, you might say. The kids in school say yes sir, no sir, yes ma'am, no ma'am. They love the teachers love them, and it's just great. And Don Hall, he's a great man, and he's the judge of the county, and he says that everything goes right, like bringing you in and getting you to the location, because people like you keep us in business. And this rodeo was started many, many years ago, and rodeo started way back when they had bucking horses in an open road in Texas. It didn't work very well, but it did get them started. And team roping, that's getting real popular up till about 50 years ago. You didn't hear much about team roping in Florida, but now it's real popular. Cowgirl barrel race, they all love the pretty girls and the horses. And the bull riding, of course, this is it. That is the breathtaking, death-defying feat. About a month ago, a young lady lost her life up around Branson, Florida, and died at the operating table. Walked from the time the bull got her down, stepped on her, got to the ambulance, and then in the hospital she died. And we all pray for her and her family. And there's a lot of praying done here, believe me. They have church services, sometimes just behind the building, but they have it. They really have it, and it makes me feel so good because it's part of a way of life. I had a 8th grade education, but I came along pretty well. I did PR work for the national finals. Now it's Madison Square Garden 5 different times, and I've been on to Tell the Truth 3 different times. And that's many years ago. Had a movie that made in Montana. I better shut up, you think I'm bragging, but these are things that have happened. That's a good question. I don't tell everybody this. I was born in Connecticut, a little old town, small town, and here about 3 months ago, a lady said, Hub, I read about you on the Western Horseman here and there and so forth, and the different newspapers, the local paper and TV, and said, can you tell me a little bit about yourself? So I started telling her, says, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to write a book about you. So she has been doing a good job. People are calling in and writing in. So he's been honest, he's been reliable, he's helped us, and Don Hall is a great guy. I said, anything I can do? He said, you know what's supposed to be done, get up and do it. You know, that's how they go. It's just so, it's just great. It's a great sport, and we love it. Well, yeah, you got to have the right equipment, first of all. You know, now these guys have got ropes now. When this started many, many years ago, about $4.50 to $5, you get a rope. Now it's about $32. They're different ropes. But it isn't the rope, it's the way you handle them. And some of them go to roping schools, you know. They go to bronc riding schools, bull riding schools, and they learn the proper way. They learn about the rules, the regulations. You're not going to win them all. And it is something else. And now high school rodeos, intercollegiate rodeos, and then of course the national final rodeo. And this afternoon, and yesterday afternoon, they have several of the cowboys that went to the national final rodeos for 2 or 3 years. So that's the cream of the crop. That is the greatest. And this is a great little town. I was coming back out of Sarasota. It's a nice trip to see the cattle out there. Some are laying down in the sun. Some are going to hit and eat. The grass is growing. And it's so relaxing. I said, gee whiz, I hope they never put up big skyscrapers. You know, it's relaxing to watch these cattle. Well, for a while, I slowed down a little bit. The guy blew the horn. I guess, oh, man, what the heck you looking at? I was looking at those cattle. It was Life of Riley. In 1939, they had a Hoot Gibson. He was an old-time movie star. He was probably your grandfather would remember him. And it was in Waverly, New York. They had a rodeo there. And every year, 4th of July would have a rodeo. Colonel Jim Eskew out of Texas brought it into New York, and they gave him the land if he would have a rodeo for a week. So he did, and I got there. I hitchhiked there. They bucked me off 2 horses that night, and I said, man, I don't know about this. So the next day, they got a horse. They said, now look, you didn't have shafts on, you didn't have the spurs on, no one told you what to do, you got to measure that rein. And I rode a bucket horse, and it just tickled me to death. I was so happy. I wanted to buy the horse and take him home with me, I guess. And old Hoot Gibson was there. I had the American flag in my hand. He was standing looking at me. And boy, I was so happy. And the next morning it was in the paper, uptown, little old town, Brown's Diner. I can remember that. Can't remember I left my keys yesterday. And I said, got the papers? Yes, sir, they're 10 cents. And I bought one of my pictures on that front page. Well, you know how many papers they had left when I left? None. They had 8 more to go, and I bought them all. But, you know, kid fashion. And from then on, and then when the war broke out, World War II, I enlisted in the cavalry and went on and on one place or the other. Ended up in Canada, made a rodeo there, all Indian rodeo. It was announced in Indian and English. And I just did quite well there, made a lot of friends. But it's always good to be right here where what I usually say, where the pavement ends, west begins, right here in Arcadia. And the committee people are just so good to work with. They all, you know, get right at it, and they don't put up with no nonsense. They always open up with a nice prayer. The preacher been here for years and years and years, and Don Hall does a great job. He does a great, great job.
Sir, and I've got one other question for you.
Yes, sir.
What would you tell people to encourage them to come to the Arcadia Rodeo?
Well, first of all, they would get one of the better ones, that's for sure. It's I'm not going to say others are a lot smaller. Yeah, so a lot of them are a lot smaller. Some don't have as many contestants, but they have enough prize money here to bring them here. They've been treated right here, and they're always welcome back. They're not all winners, and they just love this part of the country. Now, if you look at TV this morning, it says 6:30 in the afternoon, 8 above zero in Billings, Montana. Does that tell you why you would come to Arcadia? You bet it would. And And Don Hall been great to us, just a fine guy, and he's got some hard-working committeemen. They know what to do, where to be, they're there. Parade this morning was great. They have Shriners and the kids and the Elks and the Boy Scouts and Girl Scouts, they have it all.
This is the 83rd year we've had the rodeo. It's the oldest rodeo east of the Mississippi River, and as far as I'm concerned, one of the biggest and the best. Some prejudice. I've been to 68 rodeos. I'll take that back. For 68 years, I've only missed 2 rodeos. The reason I missed them, I was in Vietnam, and Uncle Sam wouldn't let me come home. But I'm back. This rodeo has grown in 1928. American Legion built a little arena and had a rodeo to make money to build a new Legion building. And they did that for a couple of years and made enough money. And then in 38, they decided to get together to have a big rodeo. And my granddaddy and my daddy and a very good friend of theirs decided they were going to have a rodeo. So they started at the Old Wells Arena just east of here a little bit. And it started out with 1,800 seats and kind of a big, just wild, rough arena. And from that, we've got to what we've got today, right at 8,000 seats and covered, and just got wonderful rodeo. Well, the community is Arcadia, and the mayor used to call it, changed the street signs and said, "Welcome to the city limits of rodeo." And it's grown since then. It's done a fine job. The people support us. Of course, we're a nonprofit organization, and we turn money right back into the community in every way we can, churches, schools, the band. And of course, yesterday was Dare to Wear Pink, and I had on a pink shirt. And $1 of each ticket yesterday went to the Breast Cancer Society to help stamp out a dreaded disease, and anything we can do to help that is wonderful. Mr. Hub Hubble, he is Mr. Rodeo, I suppose. He's been in it most all of his life. He's a fantastic gentleman and very knowledgeable. He's probably forgotten more about rodeo than I learned over the years, but he's a champion fella.
And what do you say to people to encourage them to come to Arcadia, to come to the Arcadia Rodeo? And you know, people that might be watching all over the state, what would you say to them?
Tell them it's the most fun they can have with their clothes on, and they only have to come once. They'll come back because they'll love it. I can promise them that. It's a wonderful show, all the events, cowboys, cowgirls, beautiful weather most of the time. And we're looking forward to it. But once you get rodeo in your heart, Hub and I, he's had it in his heart before I did, and it's been in mine, and yeah, I can't stay away. Well, we start off with the bareback bronc riding, and we'll go into calf roping, bulldogging, and you got saddle bronc riding. You'll have the junior barrel race, the senior barrel race, where the girls do the cloverleaf barrel racing. You'll have, did I mention bulldogging? And then the quadrille, the world famous figure 8 square dance on horseback. Dangerous event, but very nice to watch. A lot of pretty girls. And then, of course, we'll wind her up with the bull riding, and that's always a really exciting event. People really love the bull riding, and it's we hold it for last to make them hold their breath. And these boys are tough. You figure a bull weighing anywhere between 2,000, 2,200 pounds. He's got a cowboy on his back weighing 150, 160 pounds. Makes you wonder who's got the advantage. But as a good friend of mine said years ago, there ain't but one way to kill a cowboy. That's to cut his head off and hide it from him.
I'm a retired bullfighter, rodeo clown. Fought bulls and rodeoed all out west for about 15 years. Oh, Mr. Hubble, I met him years and years ago up in New York, Lake Laverne, all over up there rodeoing, and never realized after I moved to Florida that I'd be so close to him. Oh, his trick roping abilities, there's no end to his trick roping abilities. He taught me to trick rope, and it's just a learning experience you can never stop learning. Bullfighter just does cowboy protection. He's out there to protect the cowboys and, you know, steer the bull away and you know, give the cowboy time to get out, or if he's hung up, they've got to get in there and they've got to get him out. A few close calls.
Tell us about one of them.
Just close calls. Doing your job, you get in there and you get out. So.
But I bet you they're real appreciative that you're in there quick to get them out of there, right?
Oh, that's why we do the job. Yes, sir.
Well, I'm a deputy. Basically an Arcadia deputy.
Mm-hmm.
And this is my wife and then my granddaughter.
Yeah.
Well, we strive to make sure that we're awesome. All of the weapons that we use are all 19th century, single action. They're real guns. There's nothing fake about what we use. And then we try to do it this period clothing also. Everything is based basically in the 1870s and 80s. Basically, this morning we'll just, the bad guys will think they're going to come into Arcadia, and we'll make sure that doesn't happen.
Well, we're going to confront the lawmen as usual, and you know, the lawmen cheat. They don't want to die. Pavement's a little rough for them, I think. Well, today I'm only carrying 5 pistols. Usually I have 6, because they said bring your 6 guns. So I usually bring my 6 guns, but this morning I only put 5 on. And I kind of do the special trick when I tell the sheriff we don't want any trouble, and I offer him my gun, and then I flip it around and shoot him. Only he don't die. It goes way back to the 60s. They used to do the whole shootout downtown. We had guys on the roofs throwing dummies off the roof, and the shootout actually was right here. We used to hang the bad guy from the tree, and then in about 85 they decided to move the shootout out to the rodeo arena. But we still just do what we call a mini shootout downtown for the crowd, for the parade. And then the main shootout is about a 20-minute performance in the arena. Well, the Arcadia Rodeo is the oldest rodeo, one of the oldest rodeos in the state of Florida, and it's the biggest rodeo in the state of Florida. And we have just about every possible event at the rodeo. One of the most popular ones is the last several years they started what they call mutton busting. And they put the 3 to 6-year-olds on a sheep and tell them to hang on. And so, you know, everybody likes watching that. But I mean, we have the bull riding, the bronc riding, the saddle bronc riding, calf roping. Calf roping has expanded into team calf roping. Then there's always the barrel racers. Don't want to forget the ladies. You know, so I mean, it's a full, complete rodeo with all the different events.
We're trying to keep law and order here into the town. It's not easy.